First of all, I really want to thank you for letting me speak about us, nature, and a strategy called circular economy. I am Pia Perger. I was born and grew up in Germany. Because of a research project, I came to Mexico, fell in love with this beautiful country, and stayed. I studied geology, worked on volcanoes in Mexico, Italy, and Hawaii, and now I'm teaching chemistry and circular economy. When I'm not teaching, I go to the forest, collect herbs for tea and mushrooms to eat. Nature is so intelligent. Nature is smart. No waste. When a leaf falls down, it serves as food for the mushrooms I will eat later in the delicious meal with my family. Nature knows no waste. We are the first species that design products to be waste. Toxic waste like heavy metals from batteries, wood preservatives, plastics, paints, or leather tanning. PCBs that are polychlorinated biphenyls, for example, in paints and sealants, or POPs. That sounds funnier than it is. POPs are persistent organic pollutants found in chemicals and pesticides that may lead to nervous and reproductive system defect and may cause cancer or birth defects. Monocultures, insecticides, and herbicides are reducing biodiversity. Other human activities, like burning fossil fuels, warm our Earth's atmosphere. Fossil fuels include coal, gas, oil, resources rich in energy that are formed millions of years ago in the time when dinosaurs walked on our Earth. Fossil fuels are formed from living organisms and are now taken from the Earth in order to burn them or convert them into non-biodegradable fabrics or plastics. Burning fossil fuels is part of our daily life. Driving my car to the supermarket, cooking a delicious meal, heating houses in wintertime, or transportation. Transportation of products by ship, airplane, or truck from one country to another, and in the worst case, and often enough, to the opposite side of the world. We burn fossil fuels for production of cement that we need for urban constructions and so on. The list is long. Burning fossil fuels in order to provide the energy we need for our comfortable living generates greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide, methane gas, nitrous oxide. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, a group of more than 1,000 independent scientists from countries all over the world under the auspices of the United Nations, concluded that human activities over the past 50 years have warmed our planet with the alarming probability of more than 95%. In the last 150 years, industrial activities that come with our modern civilization have raised atmospheric carbon dioxide levels from 280 parts per million to more than 400 parts per million. This is a raise of nearly 50% of CO2. Global warming and toxic waste may lead to new mass extinction caused by an intelligent species, not by a volcanic eruption or a meteorite. People all over the world are counting insects. For several decades now, many since the 1970s, long before many of us were born. A study of butterflies in the Netherlands, a study of flying insects from the Entomological Society in Krefeld in Germany, or researchers working in a protected forest in New Hampshire, counting beetles. All of them come to the same alarming result. 80% of our insects died in the last 40 to 50 years. Now you may say, Who needs those tiny little ants, ugly cockroaches, and annoying mosquitoes? Well, insects are the base. They maintain the world as we know it. It's estimated that 80% of all the species are insects. Without insects, most flowering plants would not exist and trees would give no fruit. Without insects to pollinate them. Bugs and grasshoppers and all the brothers and sisters are the beginning of a food chain, making life possible for birds, mammals, and even fish. Who is in the end of this chain? We are. And not only animals are affected, the same happens to our forests. More than half of the world's former tropical forest is removed, according to a study from Yale University. The small country of El Salvador in Central America lost 90% of its forest. Puerto Rico, 99%. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, the said leaders in the amount of forest lost areas are Russia, Canada, Brazil, Australia, United States, and Indonesia. Just one sad example. In just 1 minute, only Brazil loses a forest area of 5 hectares. This is equivalent to an area of 7 football fields in just 1 minute. I'm a geologist and I know that climate change is part of our Earth's history. But this is the first climate change caused by humans. The reason? We want more than we need, and we want it cheaper, and we want it comfortable. We pay with allergies, asthma, Alzheimer, Parkinson, cancer, birth defects, just to mention a few possible unnecessary illnesses caused by toxic ingredients in the food we produce and eat, clothes we make and wear, and toxic urban air we breathe. Now the good news. First, nature is smart. El Salvador lost 90% of its forest, but only 3 of its 508 forest bird species. Nature adapts. Second good news. You can have more, and you can have it cheaper, and live more comfortable and healthier. The key is circular economy. Circular economy is an economic strategy where you design out waste and pollutants. It stops with the linear economy. That is a consequence of bad design. In linear economy, you take a resource, a prime material, make a product, somebody buys it, and in the end, it's thrown away to the landfill. In the circular model, you shorten the line by reducing the 2 ends and join them to make the economy circular. You use less raw materials, and before throwing the used product to landfill, you convert it to a secondary raw material. Then you include some smart designs, enhance quality, take out toxic materials, use materials you can recycle. Stop with owning things, start sharing, like leasing models. And buy regional products. This does not only help to reduce pollution and avoiding transportation, it also helps creating jobs in your region. In order to enhance the physical and chemical properties of our soils, use natural fertilizer. Make your own compost. I love taking the peels of my eaten fruit and see how they convert into rich earth. When I lived in Mexico City, a close friend of mine, Aida Real, she showed me how to make urban compost on the roof of my urban building. Talking about agriculture, use biochar. I am producing biochar with my students using an open curtain kiln designed by Hans-Peter Schmidt from the Ithaca Institute. Biochar is sometimes called the black gold. It captures CO2 during its production process out of untapped lignin material, and cannot only be applied to soil to foster crop yield. You can also enhance digestion of farm animals like cows or build water filters with biochar. And instead of burning fossil fuels, use renewable energies like the sun or the wind, like nature does in photosynthesis. Nature practices circular economy. When will we do so? Well, we are already circular. All over the world, a growing number of companies have started to develop and apply circular business models, including fashion, car, or furniture industries. Governments have good reason to act as well. Ellen MacArthur Foundation presents many examples of those companies and governments applying the circular economy strategy. The earrings I'm wearing are made of recycled silver and volcanic rock. Many artists and goldsmiths, like Eigenart, use those secondary raw materials already. But we must do more, and we have to work together. We have to wake up and understand that there is no alternative to a circular economy. I repeat, there is no alternative. If you are a journalist, write about it. If you are a student, learn about it. If you are a teacher, talk about it. If you are human, think and act circular, like nature does. It's not about saving our Mother Earth. Mother Earth already survived 5 big mass extinctions. It's about saving the life we know. And it's about saving us. Thank you.